Hey guys, this is Captain Frugal for the weekly comic book review for December 28th, 2022. Alright, for those of you that are new to the channel or have never done this before, never seen this before, what I do is I take the top 3 comics, the bottom 3 comics, and all of them in between, and I give them my perspective, my view, and I give them a score of 1 through 10 based on how good I think they are, 7 being average. So yeah, you're going to find more in the 7, so there can be a lot of 7 points or whatever, because they're average. Makes sense, there's more of them. Now, just so you know, I can't read everything. I don't have time to read everything, but I do get to read a decent chunk. This week I read a little bit less than usual because I had some issues like a pipe break, and I'm working on another product review that's taken a lot of time, but it's going to be a doozy, I think, and I'm really enjoying it. So anyway, let's dive right in. Now, if I missed any comics, by the way, don't be afraid to let me know what you think I should have read, and if you have a disagreement, you can let me know that too. All right, let's today start off with the top 3. Yeah, I'm going to start off with my top 3. My number 3, are you ready? This one surprises me. It was all Out Avengers, number 4 with a 7.1. If you hear papers rattle, that's my notes. I gave this issue a 7.1. You know, this issue deals with the female gaze. Yeah, all those complaints we've gotten about the male gaze. Oh, the male gaze, we need to stop having that. This comic book doubles down into the female gaze as the ladies of the issue are checking out Hawkeye as he's topless and later on loses even more clothing. So I got a news flash for you. You can't have it both ways. Either complain and continue to complain or make hypocrites about yourself is what they did here. They made absolute fools of themselves. So where's the outrage? I have not yet to see any articles of outrage about this issue. Once again, because it's okay to do it to a guy. We've seen it in the last Thor movie, right? But you can't dare do it to a woman. It shows you the hypocrisy here. The art is okay, but what do you expect when it's, you know, drawn by land? In other words, you get to see a lot of the O-face.
I'm thinking I might take that new chick from logistics. Things go well, I might be showing her my O-face. Oh. You know what I'm talking about. Oh.
Yeah, the O-face, good old Greg Land. And the story was okay. 7.1. My number 2. Yeah, not a lot of highs this week. My number 2 is Moon Knight, number 18, with a 7.2. You know, I thought this was a nice wrap-up to the vampire story that we were getting, but it's leaving us with more questions than answers. In other words, it's making you want more, making you want to look into that next story arc, and that's good writing there. That was a good move. And matter of fact, I would love to see, by the way, a Blade Moon Knight team up. I think that would be really good. The art's not for everybody, but I think it fits this series. Once again, 7.2, not bad. All right, my number 1, and this one I cannot believe. I honestly cannot believe this was my number 1 of the week, because I've not liked this miniseries all the way through, and that's ThunderBolts number 5. I gave it a 7.3. Yeah, this whole series has been crap, and this one has decent art. This is the best issue out of the 5-issue miniseries. If it was an ongoing and it continued like this, it might be worth getting. This mini, it was weak all the way through and a waste of great potential. This issue shows the potential that the series could have had. They went over and above to make everybody on this team a loser, and it's just not right. I mean, sure, some of them were more rookies and getting better, but there's no way Hawkeye and Photon should have been shown in this negative of light. Yeah, I know Photon in the past and the Avengers have had problems with leadership, but she had a lot of self-doubt. She's grown since then, and she had things at play in the Avengers series that were going against her back then. And Hawkeye, yeah, he's had some really ragtag teams in the past, but he's proven himself to be a much better leader than this. And I don't know, it just really surprised me how this issue stepped it up and made him look good. 7.3, come on, give us more Thunderbolts better like this. All right, before I jump onto the next section, I want to say thank you to all these people here. Without these people, this channel would not be possible. They help support the channel through Subscribe, Star, as well as Patreon, and you can too. Or if you don't have any way to help out that way, you can just like and subscribe. That's wonderful as well. We appreciate all of you here. But if you do join those things, you get special videos, extended videos, you get music tracks. Matter of fact, I've made a new recent track that's in there right now. Here's a clip of that. All right, now that you've listened to that little clip too, you're going to see there's a lot more other backing tracks in there if you go in there and join up, and a lot of other fun things. I can even give you discounts on products and things because of my second business. So keep that in mind. I'm here to help you. All right, let's hit the bottom. So the bottom, we're going to go with number 3, Amazing Spider-Man number 16. Ooh, Amazing Spider-Man number 16. I gave this one, you ready, a 6.95. This series, not its best spot. It really is not. It's decent art, but I don't think this art style fits Spider-Man. It fit okay with the Hulk, but not well with Spider-Man. I'm still not a big fan of this Ben Reilly change to Chasm either. It just doesn't work for me. This whole story seems weak. This whole story arc seems weak, and I think it's time for this book to get a new art, new direction altogether. Art, writing, everything. Let's toss this and move on. Only a 6.95. All right, my next one, Venom number 14. This one's hit the bottom a few, and it's hit the just barely in a few. And I gave it a 6.9 this time. Now, before you get pulling out the pitchforks on me now, just bear with me in mind. Chasm's back in this issue too, because we're dealing with that whole dark web thing. I bumped my microphone. So anyway, we're dealing with that. I'm not a big fan of the dark web thing either in general, but you ready? Chasm is able to shave Venom without a razor. Look at his face here in this panel. He gets shaved. What the heck? The story is okay at best, and I will say, as a positive, it's a break from the continuing convoluted story we've been getting in the Venom series, but really still not good. 6.9 out of 10. And my number 1 for the bottom of the barrel, this should be no surprise. Anybody that knew this issue's out is no surprise, and that's Tim Drake, Robin number 4. Just so you know, I am a big Tim Drake fan. I've liked the character from the very inception, showing his growth and everything, and continuously find that this series does not make much sense. It's not good, and it's a poor depiction of the character. I gave it a 5 out of 10. There's lame fights. The art is pathetic. There's poor characterization in this series. This book needs to end. Matter of fact, it's so bad it doesn't need to just end. It needs to be deleted.
Delete! 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 Delete!
All right, now that we've got the bottom 3, let's hit the middle. The ones that didn't fit the top or the bottom. And go through that, I have Captain America's Symbol of Truth number 8. I gave it a 7/10, right in the middle, makes sense. It's not very good art in this issue, and the characters seem to be making silly poses that don't make a lot of sense in the panels. So, take that for what you will. But there is a nice deep cut in this to issue 164 of Captain America, which really hits me hard because I'm rereading through the whole Captain America series again, and I'm around issue 180 something, so going back to 164 wasn't very far. And you'll know about Falcon being converted and changed, and we have a little throwback to that in this issue. So good deep cut there, and the story is decent, so I got a 7. Yeah, makes sense, right in the middle. 7. Yeah, that's what it is. Next we have ShangChi and the 10 Rings number 8, and I gave it a 7.02 out of 10. It's decent art. It's a decent ending too. That's the problem with this whole series in general. It continues to just be decent. Never like really good, but never really bad, just decent. But here's the thing. It's another miniseries. They're going to reboot it again with another number 1. Why does Marvel keep doing that? This series has been rebooted again and again now, and I feel it's because they don't have any faith in it that it can sustain sales. It's the only thing I can think of. Why would you do this if you could get sales? They cannot sustain sales, so they keep rebooting it. Maybe it's good padding for the trade because you can pick up each one in a trade. Okay, that might be the technique. Maybe it's testing the market that way. But I just don't see why we can't have an ongoing with this character. Instead, we're going to continue with these mini-series. Do you like that they do that? Let me know in the chat. I'd like to know. All right, my next one was She-Hulk number 9. Now, last issue of She-Hulk was a pretty big disappointment. This one's a disappointment too, but for other reasons. It's got a 7.01, so it could have been worse, but hear me out. The art is bad. Art is bad. It really lacks detail. It looks like it's been rushed. And some of the panel transitions and the action is just really badly done. It's just not good at all. She-Hulk does break the fourth wall in this issue, so I give him some points for that. But here's the thing. The reason why she broke the fourth wall and the continuing part of the story is Jack of Hearts does something that's a desperate measure for a situation that's really not that desperate. She-Hulk and Jack of Hearts have both been in much worse situations than this. So why did he do such a desperate thing? Well, because story just didn't really make a lot of sense. So I gave this book some hits for that as well. This is one of those books that, with a little bit of tweaking, a little bit more work, and a little bit more sense, this book could actually be good. But they just keep sort of dropping the ball on it. But anyway, there's my issues that I read. Is there something that I missed? Something I should check out? Or if you disagree, feel free to disagree in the comments. But please, let's do it with being a little bit civil with people. Let's have actual discussion. That's why I do these. And if you don't mind, you stuck it out this far, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. It really does help the channel. We could use all the help we can in the analytics. The YouTube analytics do not like us, so we need all your support. And I try to build a community that we can enjoy. I don't make this it's a self-indulgent channel. I'll admit that, because I don't take one particular hot term subject and keep hammering on it. That's how you make a YouTube channel grow in general. Instead, I do the big no-no. I don't stick to one particular thing. I hit several things on this channel. We hit comic books, we hit tech, we hit music, and video games. I try to hit things that group tends to enjoy, things that I like to enjoy, and build a community in that. And I need your help to do that too, as we're on the road to try to get 3,000 subscribers. Thank you for your time, everybody. Until next time. You know what I'm going to say, don't you? For those of you who've been here, you do. Keep it frugal.